everybody, today we're going to talk about defeatism. Defeatism is probably one of the hardest things for a lot of Jedi to really confront and overcome. Defeatism is the opposite of overconfidence. It is the belief that your effort, no matter how great, is pointless. It's useless. You are not going to succeed. A lot of times we are faced with a really tough situation and we give up before we even begin. We look at that situation and we're just like, there is no way. But it's important as a Jedi that you really look at that situation. Is there truly no way? Or have you given in to defeatism? Have you said, no matter what effort I put in, no matter what help I get, this simply can't be done? Are you giving up before you even put your foot forward? It is definitely one of those do or do not moments. It's not about trying, it's about doing. And that means committing yourself 100%. Yes, you may be nervous, you may be worried about failure. You may feel that failure is a very likely option, but that doesn't mean you should do it with 50% effort or just enough to say you tried. If you're going to do it, then do it 100%. Ask help when you need help. Get advice when you need advice. Commit 100% or don't at all. But you need to look at a situation and understand whether or not you are giving up before you even began. Defeatism for Jedi often comes in the sense of humility. A lot of people downplay themselves. They put on the mask of false humility, or they berate themselves so much for fear of ego, for fear of arrogance, for fear of overconfidence, that they overcompensate and they completely tear themselves down. I can't do this because I'm not good enough. I can't succeed in this because I don't deserve to succeed in this. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to really look at a situation and you have to look at yourself. It's not always about deserves. Sometimes it's just about being at the right place at the right time. That doesn't always feel like we should be rewarded for that, but that is how things work at times. Don't belittle yourself and don't tear yourself down. Oftentimes in our attempts to be humble, we end up inadvertently insulting the people that we may have been competing against, or other people who are looking up to us, or other people who feel that we've achieved something that they are trying to achieve. Now I get it, I like to use self-deprecating humor as much as the next person, probably a little bit more than the next person, and I do have that worry of ego and arrogance. Enough people associate that with me as is, but it's one of those delicate balances. It's one thing to try something and not giving your all and to fail. I didn't even really try for it, so no problem. It is another thing to give 100% of your effort, to really give yourself to something and then fail. That hurts, and that is a tough lesson to swallow, but it's an important lesson, and you do learn from it, and you do grow from it. It is not necessarily a bad thing. All successful people in life, all people who have gained something in life, created something that's last long past their lifetime, all of them kind of had this thing in common where failure was a part of their product. Failure was a part of their life. They didn't get it right on the first time. They just kept going. They persevered. These are all core aspects of being a Jedi. Patience, perseverance. These are core to what we do and how we live. No one is just born a Jedi Knight. No one's born a Jedi Master. These are steps. These are things that take years upon years upon years of study, practice, and trial and error. Success and failure. As a Jedi, you need to recognize how you're looking at a situation. Remember that objectivity is also a core part of our path. We have to be objective with what we're looking at and at ourselves. Why are we holding back? Why aren't we giving 100%? What are we afraid of? What are our concerns? What do we believe is going to happen if we fail? How realistic is that scenario gonna happen if we fail? Really dig into it, really look at it. A lot of people only commit half-heartedly to the Jedi path, because to commit yourself to something that you hold as a high ideal, and then the idea of failing at that, at not being good enough, that can hurt. But honestly, if you want to know something, I have never known someone who's committed themselves 100% and really given themselves to the path, not to get there. Don't allow defeatism to cloud your mind, to cloud your judgment. Do not be defeated by defeatism. Instead, really dig into it. Use those Jedi principles of knowledge, of wisdom, of exploration, experience. Dig into it. Dig into the problem, dig into the situation, dig into your dreams, and determine the best way to go forward. And when you choose to go forward, do it 100%. Give yourself to it. Don't try, do, or do not. Thank you for watching the video, everybody. You can subscribe, like, dislike, unsubscribe, whatever makes you happy. If you have a question or a topic or a concept of Jedi that you would like discussed, feel free to leave a comment below. As always,